Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the 7th Passage to ASEAN Annual General Meeting. My name is Sue.
And I'm Đức An, and we are very honored to be your host today. Before we start the official ceremony today, we warmly invite all of you to enjoy the performance of music by Duy Thang University. Please enjoy it.
Throughout this year, we have resolved, working hard together for a true community. The beauty of diversity, bridging all the differences, a sense of unity. Let us move ahead, hand in hand as one. Let our virtues stand and face the challenges of time. Let us move ahead, hand in hand as one, to an Asian community, prosperity, peace and harmony.
The future's ours. We are the strength. We shall find a peace within. I'll show that with the word. And as we strive in our resolve, sharing this one vision of the true community. Let us move ahead, hand in hand as one. Let our virtues stand and face the challenges of time. Let us move ahead, integrate as one, to a nation community, prosperity, peace and harmony. Let us move ahead, hand in hand as one. Let our virtues stand and face the challenges of time. Let us move ahead in the great as one.
To a nation, community, prosperity, peace and harmony. To a nation, community, prosperity, peace and harmony. To a nation, community, prosperity, peace and harmony.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, P2A Network was officially established in June 2012 by 5 higher education institutions in ASEAN with 2 major co-founders, Rangsit University, Thailand, and Tang University, Vietnam. P2A is a network of universities and colleges in ASEAN guided by the motto, one vision, one identity, and one community.
The request to use the name Passage to ASEAN was approved by the ASEAN Secretariat in September 2015, and the permission to register P2A as a formal legal and independent association was granted by the Thai authorities in July 2016. Since 2012, the organization grew from 5 to 135 members. Its current size uniting more than 1 million students across 9 ASEAN member states.
On the 6th January 2020, under the support of the P2A Secretariat, currently operated by Tang University, Vietnam, and the application P2A to be an entity associated with ASEAN has been approved. P2A is listed in Annex 2 in the Asian Charter under category of think tanks and academic institutions and has been approved by the ASEAN Secretariat and 10 ASEAN member states.
Through the years, P2A has continued to strive to implement academic programs and cultural exchange programs to enhance the knowledge of the ASEAN student community. P2A has become an educational forum for students throughout the region, helping to connect with the international student community, especially during the global COVID-19 pandemic.
During the peak time of the pandemic in 2020, P2A acknowledges that more than ever, it is crucial for us to come together and share valuable lessons. Therefore, despite the ongoing COVID-19 situation, P2A has established online forums for communications that unifies all students from ASEAN to discuss, learn, and share together. As a result, P2A has connected with nearly 12,500 ASEAN students through its virtual mobility programs.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the 7th P2A AGM this year will take place from November 16 to 18th, with the participation of 53 delegates from universities of 6 ASEAN countries. Attending the opening ceremony of the AGM this year is our great honor and distinct privilege to welcome and introduce
from P2A leaders, National Hero of Vietnam, distinguished Professor Dr. Lê Công Cờ, Chairman of Yuitang University, founding President of P2A.
Mr. Jeroen Scadler, P2A Director for Strategic Planning and Advancement, Assistant President, Internationalization, Rangsit University, Thailand. Dr. Wiriono Rahajo, P2A Director. Mr. Thang Leung, P2A Director. Dr. Armando Massino, P2A Director.
Dr. Lê Nguyên Thuê Hằng, Vice Provost of Yuitang University, Director of P2A Secretariat. And we are very honored to welcome and introduce distinguished delegates, Dr. Estel Valenzuela, former Director of Southeast Asian Minister of Education and Organization, CMO.
From Chiang Mai Rajabhat University, Associate Professor Dr. Wachanarbong Watanakul, Vice President. From Universitas Muria Kudus, Dr. Daro Dasono, Director.
From Pan Pacific University, Dr. Angelbert Pasan, Chief Operations Officer.
From Rizzo Technological University, Dr. Eugenia Yanko, President.
Dr. Matno Wendagan, Executive Vice President.
From Pamantasan Eng Lungsut Eng San Pablo, Dr. Joel Melesio Cabael, Vice President for External Affairs and Linkages.
From Davao del Sur State College, Dr. Augie Phi Fuentes, College President.
From Dong Nai Technology University, Dr. Phan Ngọc Sơn, Chairman.
From Bumatuk Medical University, Professor Dr. Đặng Tuấn Đạt, Chairman of Bumatuk Medical University.
From Đồng Tháp University, Associate Professor Dr. Hồ Sĩ Thắng, Head of Graduate Studies Office.
From Yuitang University, we are very honored to welcome and introduce the board directors, leaders of member schools, units, lecturers, and students who are attending the opening ceremony today.
We would like to welcome and introduce the central and local news and press agency that are attending and reporting on the opening ceremony.
From P2A member universities, we warmly invite representatives from each member universities to stand up and raise your hands to the audience when we call out the university's name. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our great honor to welcome and introduce from Cambodia, Svayring University.
From Indonesia, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Professor Dr. Hamka.
Binus University.
Universitas Islam Indonesia.
UPN Veteran Yogyakarta.
Universitas Dianapura Bali.
Universitas Muria Kudus.
Atmajaya Catholic University of Indonesia.
Universitas Atmajaya Yogyakarta.
From the Philippines, Pan Pacific University.
Rizzo Technological University.
University of Perpetual Health System Downtown Kalamba.
Northwestern University.
Pamantasan Ung Lungsut Ung San Pablo.
Liceu de Cagadan University.
Davao State College.
St. Vincent's College Incorporated.
National College of Science and Technology.
Mabur Malayan Colleges Laguna.
From Singapore, Temasek Polytechnic.
From Thailand, Chiang Mai Ratchabat University.
Rangsit University.
And from Vietnam, FPT University.
Hanoi University of Science and Technology.
Dong Nai Technology University.
University of Economics and Law, Ho Chi Minh National University.
Phanica University.
Saigon Business School.
And last but not least, Yu Tang University.
Once again, we warmly welcome all of the delegates to the 7th P2A AGM this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite you to watch the video clip about P2A in the past years.
Passage to ASEAN. Passage to ASEAN is an ASEAN entity recognized under the category of think tanks and academic institutions in Annex 2 of the ASEAN Charter. Founded in 2012 by 5 ASEAN higher education institutions, Rangsit University, Thailand, Due Tan University, Vietnam, Norton University, Cambodia, Myanmar Institute of Computer Science, and National University of Laos. P2A represents more than 130 higher education institutions and is currently operated by Due Tan University, Vietnam. With the vision based on the ASEAN Charter, one vision, one identity, and creating a community of caring and sharing, the P2A network has truly left no one behind in over 11 years. With over 130 members connecting more than 1 million students in 9 ASEAN member countries, the network has become a crucial bridge between universities and research institutes in the region. It plays a vital role in developing high-quality human resources by establishing affordable educational exchange programs and assisting students in securing jobs within ASEAN countries. 2020. The year of the COVID pandemic. In an effort to mitigate the spread of COVID-19, the whole world was forced into a lockdown. P2A acknowledges that now, more than ever, it is crucial for us to come together and share valuable lessons. Therefore, despite the ongoing COVID-19 situation, P2A has established online forums to connect students across ASEAN. Since 2019, P2A has implemented many beneficial activities for ASEAN students. P2A has connected with nearly 12,500 ASEAN students through its virtual mobility programs. After a hiatus of over 5 years since the last annual general meeting in Singapore, the annual general meeting was conducted in person in Da Nang, Vietnam for the first time since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Building upon the sustainable values of ASEAN, P2A remains committed to developing new, engaging, highly beneficial programs for ASEAN students. Our vision is a future where ASEAN youth are empowered and student mobility across the region is seamless.
Thank you very much for your attention on the video, ladies and gentlemen. And now we would like to respectfully invite to the stage National Hero of Vietnam, distinguished Professor Dr. Lê Công Cơ, Chairman of Yu Tung University and founding President of P2A, to deliver the opening speech. Please welcome.
I'm sorry, I speak Vietnamese. Xin chào tất cả các bạn.
Greetings to everyone.
Vừa là đồng nghiệp,
My colleagues,
vừa là những người rất thân thích trong gia đình ASEAN.
and my members in the Asian family.
Các bạn đến từ các nước Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, Thái Lan, Campuchia, vân vân.
You've come from all Asian countries, Indonesia, Singapore, Cambodia, and all others.
Trường Đại học Yu Tung rất là vinh dự được đón tiếp các bạn. Nhưng các bạn đến Đà Nẵng vào những ngày mưa buồn.
It is our utmost honor to welcome all of you to Da Nang. Unfortunately, the weather has not been so kind.
Mong các bạn cùng chia buồn về mưa của miền Trung.
I hope that you can share in our sorrow and our difficult time right now.
Trời hơi se lạnh nhưng mà trong hội trường này chúng ta thấy rất là ấm áp.
Although it is cold outside, there's nothing but warmth within this building and this room right now.
Lịch sử hình thành P2A đã giới thiệu. Tôi xin nhắc lại một lần nữa. Vì mạng lưới ASEAN rất hạn chế kết nạp những thành viên các trường đại học trong khối vào một tổ chức để đáp ứng được năm 2015 ASEAN là một mái nhà chung.
Although we have seen the history of P2A, I'd like to reiterate the importance of our community, a very exclusive community of university.
Xuất phát từ tình hình đó, trường Đại học Rangsit mà đứng đầu là ngài hiệu trưởng cùng với trường Đại học Yu Tung sáng lập ra tổ chức P2A năm 2012.
In 2012, our two universities came together to create P2A.
Từ chỗ chỉ có 5 trường trong P2A, đến nay qua 7 lần họp, lầnนี้là lần thứ 7 thường kỳ tại Đà Nẵng, chúng ta đã có trên 135 trường tham dự.
Starting from only 5 universities originally, at this moment in the 7th annual general meeting, we right now have 135 schools to come here with us.
Và còn đang phát triển thêm nhiều trường nữa.
And this number surely will grow.
Đặc biệt là đầu năm 2020 thì ASEAN, tổ chức ASEAN thừa nhận P2A là một mạng lưới trong ASEAN.
Especially in 2020, ASEAN has given permission and has recognized P2A as an organization within its community.
Suốt từ 2012 đến nay, chúng ta tổ chức rất nhiều đoàn sinh viên của các nước trong khối ASEAN giao lưu nhau để hiểu biết về văn hóa, phong tục, tập quán.
Since 2012, we have organized numerous students' trips to exchange, to understand more about our culture and our values.
Và qua giao lưu này đã thu hút hàng trăm, hàng ngàn sinh viên tham gia.
And throughout these exchanges, there have been thousands of students.
Tại kỳ họp lần thứ 7 này, tôi xin đề nghị chúng ta bước qua một giai đoạn mới 10 năm nữa.
At this 7th annual general meeting, I'd like to propose that we step up to a new 10-year chapter.
Từ chỗ giao lưu giữa sinh viên với nhau, chúng ta phải có sự giao lưu giữa các thầy cô giáo của khối.
From student to student exchange. Now, I propose that we have exchange between lecturers and staff members of all universities.
Và trong thời đại công nghệ phát triển như thế này, chúng ta phải hợp tác về đào tạo, hợp tác về nghiên cứu để đối phó với biến đổi khí hậu, đối phó với công nghệ đang phát triển không ngừng, và đặc biệt là phải tổ chức nhiều cuộc giao lưu thông qua mạng để đỡ tốn kém. Mà chúng ta phải đặt một vấn đề: trong thời đại công nghệ ChatGPT này thì các đại học trong P2A dạy cái gì cho sinh viên?
In this technological era, it is imperative that we come together and exchange ideas in education and research in order to solve the utmost problems in our world right now. In the age of technology and ChatGPT and AI, we should all be asking the question, how do we teach our future generation to combat the prevalent problems in our world right now?
Chúng ta gắn kết với nhau bằng trí tuệ để đào tạo ra những cái lớp sinh viên làm chủ công nghệ.
We intellectuals are all connected by our intellect and our drive to educate the next generation of students who can harness the power of technology.
Chúng ta phải làm cho cái mặt bằng trí tuệ của khối ASEAN theo kịp với mặt bằng của các nước tiên tiến.
It is our mission to bring up the intellectual level of ASEAN to meet where developed nations are.
Đó là một nhiệm vụ rất là cao cả nhưng cũng giàu lòng nhân ái.
That is a difficult, challenging, but also very noble mission.
Tôi mong rằng tại kỳ họp này chúng ta đi thẳng vào những vấn đề như vậy để giải quyết những vấn đề của thời đại. Và xin chúc quý khách quý của chúng tôi, những người bạn quý của Duy Tăng, sức khỏe và bình an.
So I urge everyone in this meeting today to delve right into these pressing issues. And finally, I would like to wish all esteemed guests and friends of Duy Tăng University health and prosperity.
Dù trời mưa, nhưng mong các bạn nên dạo phố Đà Nẵng để thấy thành phố này từng bước đi lên, trở thành một thành phố có thể hiện đại, có sự đóng góp của P2A một phần.
Although it is raining, I urge all of you to take a stroll through Da Nang City to see that it's a city with potential to develop, all with a touch from P2A.
Chúc cho các vị khách quý những ngày ở Đà Nẵng tuy ngắn nhưng mà vui để lại nhiều ấn tượng mà chúng ta không bao giờ quên.
I'd like to wish so that everyone, all esteemed guests or friends, a few happy days in Da Nang. It may not be long, but I wish that it will leave you with an impression for a lifetime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lê Conker. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the welcome speech from Mr. Lê Yun Yun, Director of Community Affairs, Directorate of ASEAN Secretariat.
Good morning. Greetings from the ASEAN Secretariat, Jakarta. This is Lee Yong Yong. I'm the Director for Community Affairs Directorate in the ASEAN Secretariat. My job is to, in short, bring ASEAN closer to the people and vice versa, to bring people closer to ASEAN. It is indeed a great privilege and honor for me to be asked to say a few words during this important occasion of the P2A AGM, Annual General Meeting. I believe this year, being the first year out of the COVID-19 pandemic, is the first time P2A has convened a face-to-face AGM, and I would want to congratulate, all the members on this occasion. Education actually acts as a foundation upon which society and economics flourish, and its significance is further magnified when we consider the dynamic nature in the context, regarding the young people, regarding the schools, regarding the Institute of Higher Learning. So this grand vision of fostering people-to-people connectivity, development, cooperation across young people, youth, schools, rely heavily on a very well-educated, skill-based, and technologically and culturally aware workforce. And today's world, we know, demands that graduates who possess not only academic excellence, but also a deep understanding of the diverse culture, creative and innovative thinking, and a global perspective. And in that regard, I have no doubt that P2A has done a very good job. When P2A first applied for ASEAN accreditation, it only consisted of about 100 over institutions. But over the years, I've seen it grown, and I am made to aware that today there's about 135 members across the region. This consists of the Institute of Higher Learning, based in not just in the capital, but also based in the various smaller cities in the country and also the towns. So I would like to congratulate P2A once more on this grand occasion, and I can only look forward to working with P2A as we talk about building a people-inclusive ASEAN community. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your welcoming speech, Mr. Lee Yun Yun. And now we would like to respectfully invite Mr. Jeroen Scatler, P2A Director for Strategic Planning and Advancement, Assistant President Internationalization, Rangsit University, Thailand, to come on the stage to address the speech. Please welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I missed you. I missed you 3 years. And it is just a great feeling to be together in the same room again after all the challenges that we had to celebrate P2A in the 12th meeting. To the President, Dr. Lee Kong-keui, I'm standing here in my capacity as the assistant to the President of Rangsit University, Dr. Atit Warairat, to convey his respect to you, to convey his thanks to you, to Du Tvan, to all of you, for the amazing achievements that we are going through. Ladies and gentlemen, you meet a lot of people in your life, but not often you meet two people that have so much in common as the President of the ETU and the President of Rangsit University. They both single-handedly built world-class institutes. They both, in their own way, single-handedly shaped the future of the nation, shaped the future of Thailand or Vietnam. And both of them share this true passion for education, for young people, for the development of our nations. So it is understandable that at some point of time their paths crossed and that P2A united them into this strong partnership. A lot happened in the last few years. We have a lot of new members. Perhaps a moment to reflect a little bit on where we're coming from. Actually, you may know Dr. Atit was the former Minister of Foreign Affairs. And you may remember in 2010 when there was the big flooding in Thailand, do you remember that? Rangsit University being in a geographic bowl, the whole place was underwater for 3 months, 2.5 meters of water. So we literally had to escape the campus and we set up offices downtown. So we were sitting there the whole day, nothing to do actually. And one day I remember that Dr. Atit brought his photos from the time that he was Minister of Foreign Affairs. And he showed these pictures where the government plane from Thailand was going from Don Mueang Airport to Cambodia, to Vietnam, to Laos, through the whole country. And every time you saw him getting off the plane, meeting the people in the country. And I remember that he said, we should do that with our students. Maybe not by government plane, but maybe we should get them backpacking through the region. Maybe we should give them a chance to travel overland by bus, by boat, by train, from country to country. And in that process, meet the people in the ASEAN community. Understand our differences, our similarities. Get the true understanding of who we are, what unites us, what makes us different, and how we can bridge that. You mentioned earlier, leaving no one behind, right? That is where we're coming from. From day one, we understood that if we want to achieve our objectives, we had to make sure that everybody would be included. The question was how to do that. Because you all related to international affairs, international relations. You all know that the students that actually can travel are the happy few. It is a small percentage of our population. The rest doesn't have the money, doesn't have the opportunity. Like Mr. Lee said, far away in some remote areas. So P2A has actually, from the beginning, never been about the students that would travel themselves. It was about the students that would welcome them in the far remote areas in the ASEAN community. Sending 10 Indonesian students to the Philippines where they meet 50 of their friends could make an impact. And then if we would do all of that, we would do that. Then we would be able to send all our students throughout every corner of the ASEAN community and start building those relationships, that understanding, that respect, all key ingredients for friendship. It wasn't easy, Hang, Shama. It wasn't easy. 2012, I remember that. It was a great meeting with 5 universities, all of us, passionate, committed, dedicated. 6 months later, it was Miss Hang and me who were looking at each other like, where is the rest, right? And that was the first time that we really got close and that we understood our mission, the importance of what we were doing. And I remember in 2014, we had this kind of historic meeting in which Mark Phui from Singapore, you all know him. Mark and me, we flew to Da Nang. And in that night, we opened a bottle of wine with Hang. And we said, what are we going to do? That was a defining moment, ladies and gentlemen, because immediately after, Pak Wing raised up, Dr. Amado joined us, Che Cheng joined us. You remember Angela Pock? She joined us. And with all those people, hand in hand, we were able to finally move forward. As mentioned, association, growing membership, growing students, and that is, of course, the most important thing, leading to the final accreditation of the association. In 2020, after almost 10 years of P2A, we believed it was really time, it was nothing but appropriate to rotate the secretariat from Thailand to another country. And where else should that be than in Dui Tan University, of course. It took us some time. We're still in the process of finalizing the details, but we are well on the way to establish the P2A Association in Vietnam and to have the P2A Secretariat under the leadership of the amazing people in Dui Tan. Thank you. We all know Ms. Hang. Determined, committed, passionate. And I don't think P2A Secretariat would be in any better hands than in the hands of Ms. Hang, because if she wants something, she will get it. Thank you very, very much. So over the years, we built that P2A network based on really passion and belief. There was no money involved. In the beginning, we financed everything from the universities itself. But we believed in what we were doing. It was about making an open network that has always been what drives us. Something that is accessible to every single university. We are not divided by ranking. We're not divided by class. We're not divided by location. We're divided by nothing else. We are united. Only if we would be able to make it simple and easy, we will be able to engage all of you in sending your students abroad. I think the most important thing of P2A is that our true objective is not an academic one. Of course, we are academic institutions. And of course, we seek the academic value of what we are doing. But the true meaning, the biggest gift that we can give our students is the ability to connect, the ability to not just meet people, but asking the questions to understand the differences, taking the effort not to judge, not to just look, but to go out there on a P2A journey with the objective to learn, to understand, and finally to build this ASEAN community of true harmony. The biggest gift that we can give our students is the ability of coexistence, the ability of harmony. And that is what P2A has been about from day one and will be about for a long time to go. Under the leadership of DTU, P2A may very well go into different directions, take other interests, and I welcome that. I truly welcome that. I think in this time of change, we have to be open, we have to welcome change, and we have to support that. Rangsit University in Dui Tan, we go back a long way. Pak Wing, Dr. Amado, Teng Leng, on behalf of TP in Singapore. Angela Pock is not here today. I miss her. But all of you, we call each other, you may know that behind the scene, we call each other the partners in crime. We're the partners in crime, and we came a long way. But that would not have been possible without every single person in the room. Students, faculty members, friends, everyone alike. I could not be more happy to be here today and not be more proud of what we all achieved in the last 10 years. It's going to be a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scatler. Ladies and gentlemen, now we respectfully invite Dr. Lê Nguyễn Tuệ Hằng, Vice Provost of Duy Thanh University, Director of P2A Secretariat, to come on stage to deliver the speech. Please welcome.
Thank you, Chair Scheduler, for your inspirational words. Good morning, everyone. It is a great honor for me to represent the P2A Secretariat to welcome you to Da Nang City, Vietnam, to join the 12th Partners Meeting, which is also the 7th Annual General Meeting of the PASIT to ASEAN Association. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere thanks to my dear P2A friends who are Chairman, President, Rector, Vice Rector, Vice President, Director, Manager, and Coordinator of P2A member institution for coming here today. Your presence means a lot to us because this event is the first in-person annual general meeting of P2A ever since the pandemic. So let's give everyone an applause. Back in February 2019, Temasek Polytechnics hosted the last in-person annual general meeting of P2A. Duy Thanh University was expected to host the next AGM for P2A in the following year, 2020. But as you know, due to the pandemic, things didn't come true until today. Well, the pandemic brought many challenges to the PASIT to ASEAN Association because our mobility programs seem to depend heavily on international travels. In fact, P2A has grown stronger during the pandemics. I would like to take this opportunity to share with you some remarkable numbers. As you can see, P2A ran even more activities for students in ASEAN, even more than before the pandemic. For example, in 2021 alone, we hosted 24 programs and with the participation of more than 75 member institutions. In 2022, more than 86 member institutions sent their students to our virtual mobility programs. Especially as of today, the number of active ordinary members of P2A has doubled, more than that of pre-pandemic. As today's AGM is so special, I would like to take a look back at the major time stones of P2A over the years and to envision the future for P2A. From the establishment of P2A in 2012, P2A has grown from a network of 5 higher education institutions into an ASEAN entity recognized by the ASEAN Secretariat and 10 ASEAN member states. As an ASEAN entity categorized as think tank and academic institutions, we are expected to serve the university community of ASEAN, in which our main objective is to help both faculty and students with ASEAN integration in aspects of their professional lives. When P2A was recognized by 10 AMS, due to the hiatus of the pandemic, we had to postpone many meaningful projects. But from now on, we can continue to fulfill our dreams. That said, In addition to the current feature programs of P2A, such as hybrid mobility by disciplines and entrepreneurship programs, we are going to launch new programs starting from 2024, such as ASEAN citizen programs for students, ASEAN Research Network for both faculty and students, ASEAN Skills Future Center for students. We are going to discuss each program in details at tomorrow's session. Finally, I would like to reiterate a quote. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I would like to change it a bit here. If you want to go strong and go far, go together. My dear P2A friends, P2A has gone stronger during the pandemics. And P2A has gone this far as of today, mostly thanks to our solidarity, our commitment, and our care for each other. So today, when we meet, let's celebrate the spirit of P2A's friendship. And together, we keep working harder to build a better ASEAN community for sharing and caring. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hang Lee, for your wonderful speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now is a very special performance by the DTU student. Please enjoy the ASEAN flags dance. Thank you. Please enjoy the performance.
I have a dream of what I wanna be. I wanna be free. That's what my heart keeps telling me. Give me your hand.
We'll find a way.
There's people out there
that feel the same.
if we help each other. I just know we can succeed. We are one, but we are different. We from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We be amongst the stars, and we know that it's destiny. And we are unity. We are unity.
I do believe, oh I believe in destiny. It's up to me to make it into reality.
Give me your hand.
We'll find a way
People out there,
that feel the same.
if we help each
other, I just know we can succeed.
we are one, but we are different. We from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We be amongst the stars, and we know that it's destiny. That we are unity. No from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. Oh, we are one, but we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We be amongst the stars, and we know that it's destiny. That we are unity. We are unity.
Please give a big applause to welcome and congratulate.
Thank you very much, our performance teams, and Mr. Sketler and Dr. Hang Le.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, leaders of Rangsit University, Thailand also have the present to award to our Duy Thanh University. Now, we respectfully invite National Hero of Vietnam, distinguished Professor Dr. Lê Quang Cơ, to come on the stage and receive the award from Rangsit University, Thailand. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, the first group photo section, we would like to invite to come on the stage P2A leaders of institution of P2A Association, to come on the stage and have the first group photo.
Distinguished delegates, please allow me to keep you all on the stage. Please, we would like to invite all participants from all member universities to now come on the stage for a big group photo to mark the wonderful start of our AGM this year. Please come on the stage.
Mời các bạn sinh viên chúng ta ở lại để tiếp tục theo dõi phần 2 của buổi lễ. Sau phần chụp hình là chúng ta còn phần 2 của buổi lễ, cho nên mời các bạn quý vị đại biểu và các bạn sinh viên chúng ta ở lại để tiếp tục theo dõi phần 2. Xin cảm ơn. Thank you so very much. Oh, long time no see, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Yuitang University is very honored to host this first P2A AGM in person after the COVID-19 pandemic this year. On this occasion, we would like to once send a warmly welcome to all of you to our beautiful country of Vietnam by the following dance performance. Please enjoy it.
gió lên rồi căng buồm cho khoái, gắn trèo lên ta nướng khô khoai. Gió lên rồi căng buồm theo gió, kéo chạy cho tôm cá vô khoa. Cánh tay này sương dài vòng lớn, chỉ làm trai vươn gió ra khơi. Dẫu xa bờ không sợ lòng sóng lớn, vững vàng tay sương gió khơi xa.
Thank you very much for the wonderful dance performance. And once again, a hearty welcome to Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished guests, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the Passage to ASEAN Student Affairs Symposium today. We gather to explore the critical themes of student mobility and the role of P2A programs in supporting ASEAN students' aspirations within the dynamic landscape of the ASEAN higher education. This symposium serves as a valuable platform for exchange, knowledge sharing, and experience in student management within mobility programs. Now, may I introduce our esteemed keynote speaker today, Dr. Ethel Valenzuela. Dr. Ethel is the former director of the Southeast Asian Minister of Education Organization, CMEO. She currently serves as the Education Advisor of ASEAN on the future of education at the ASEAN Secretariat. She is also a governing board member of the UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning. She has been a member of the UNESCO High-Level Steering Committee, SHEPA, and Education 2030 SDG Steering Committee since 2017. And today, Dr. Ethel will provide a visionary outlook on the future of education and academic mobility in the age of AI and digitalization. Please welcome now to the stage Dr. Ethel.
Good morning, everyone. I can also dance like that, feeling young. Okay, I'm very happy to join you as requested by our dear friend and colleague, Dr. Hangle. And today I would like to share with you what we are currently doing at the ASEAN Secretariat. So I'm very happy that we have P2A. Can you give 10 claps for P2A? Wow. You know, after serving CMEO for 17 years, I thought we already are a trailblazer in student mobility. But I was like overwhelmed. Wow, Dr. Hangle, your P2A is even older than the C-teacher and CT-vet that I have helped founded when I was with Simeo. So I was thinking that you are much advanced in terms of your vision to really have the ASEAN community, an integrated ASEAN caring community. So let me start by sharing that currently, after my stint at Simeo in March, the ASEAN Secretariat has asked me to do the trend reports on the future of education. Future of education in 3 areas: digital transformation, education transformation after the COVID pandemic, learning recovery, and the last one is actually on mobility and mutual recognition. So I think that one is the part that I will be able to share with you. So I'll keep it short and simple, but I am a disruptor, so I'll be disrupting your minds in terms of the future. And so what is the future of education? I think all of us have been thinking about the new normal, the future of the region. And we can really think about, what about mobility? So things have changed. Landscape already changed. Are we still seeing each other face to face in our region? So let me briefly bring you to the reality. Many of our countries in the region are struggling from education 1.0 to education 2.0 with the advent of digitalization, and then we have also the digital age, AI, ChatGPT. They would like really to go into 4.0 when there is innovation, when there is development, R&D, new changes brought by Industry 4.0. And almost all higher education institutions, and even basic education, they would like to be transformed. So last year, in the Transforming Education Summit of all ministers in New York, they have adopted few pathways or roadmaps towards Education 4.0 and transforming education. But what are the realities? After the New York Summit, we have seen, just right after, we had a summit in September in New York. We discussed about inclusive education, digitalization, pedagogies linked to technology. But just later part of the year, there's AI. But I say that open AI has been there for a long time, but it has affected even education. So we see the infinite growth of technology, and AI, as they said, it has been really, influencing the way we do teaching and learning in this digital age. So machine learning, big language learning models, they're here, and researchers are struggling. How can we? So ministers even in the meeting, they would like to contain, or some ministers, they would like to have policies on AI. So it's sort of divided. Some countries would like to control and have policies on that. The others would like to welcome it. So let's see. These are some of the pandemics and brought by the pandemic and disruptions that's happening in our region. But, well, there are 2 groups doing the job. One is the future of work. That's a group of thought leaders as well, and I am on the future of education. So if we look at ASEAN, they've been reporting that in our region, it will be really be transformed in terms of technology and the future of work. AI is here, automation, 3D printing in Singapore, cloud computing, Internet of Things, and routine things will be changed. And AI and robots can already replace some of the jobs that we have. And that the biggest disruption, as they say, will be in agriculture, where many from Indonesia and Vietnam and the Philippines and the rest have been working on. In September issue that we have shared on the future of education, future of work combined, they have already identified in the September issue the 10 fastest growing jobs in ASEAN. So in it we say that 5 years we'll have more of AI and machine learning specialists, sustainability specialists, this is just September 2023 issue, data analysts and scientists, robotics engineers, big data specialists, business intelligence analysts. Do we have courses like this? Hello? Digital transformation specialists. These are what we say as the future jobs of the students. We're not talking about the past. And the declining jobs are those that we are accustomed of. No, but some of them will stay, especially that some of our countries in the region are in low-income countries, middle-income countries, but the others are transitioning faster. So we have also analyzed the skills on the rise. The skills on the rise, creative thinking. Students should be taught about creativity and innovation. Systems thinking, analytical thinking, AI and big data is here. Technological literacy. And we have motivation and self-awareness. We also have talent management. No? Many students are developing their own applications and they don't know how to commercialize such brilliant development and application they have developed. Resilience, flexibility, and agility. And there are skills on decline. We're not saying that these are not important, but there is a big shift into different skills. When we did the Digital Kids Asia Pacific study, we have seen that even in Laos, even in Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines, kids are really into digitalization. 80% of them, they have gadgets, they know how to do all of the things using their gadgets. But one thing is lower in terms of digital skills. It's creativity, innovation, and commercialization. So this is very important for us. There are also in-demand job categories according to the report of ASEAN in September. More of digital content. How many of you have Instagram videos? You can earn a lot from your videos. So number one, digital content. Finance, insurance, education will stay. So don't worry, we still have jobs. Supply chain is here. Cybersecurity. So it's well explained in terms of the in-demand job categories and the skills required for that. Software engineering, digital marketing, business development and sales, healthcare. But I would like to say that many of our policies for curriculum are still 10 years ago, 7 years ago. These are the new skills, new demand, and policies are slower to respond. So what happened to the region? Well, we see a lot of transformation happening, even if the policy is not yet there. Digitalization can transform classroom. It can transform assessment. Your ChatGPT can answer me right now to develop an essay in, answer to interview questions, anything under the sun in one click. So there is a bit of concern about, where do we focus the learner's attention? Is it in creativity, innovation, digitalization? There are a lot, and the new skills coming up. So emerging technologies are rapidly shaping and really evolving the future of teaching and learning. We're now used to Zoom, hybrid, asynchronous, synchronous teaching and learning. You want 4 days for a week in the school, or maybe 3. And sometimes you want to be on Zoom only, right? So mindsets have changed. And now we can use AI even in our meetings, recording, and in everything. You can just have a free application. You can have an AI assistant in your cell phone. This is really happening right here. And the policymakers are responding, but not all. AI in ASEAN, those with digital strategy, we can say Singapore, Indonesia has adopted, Philippines has also a plan for AI, and the others, they have started with the universities. Universities started to offer AI, but there's no policy yet or strategy on AI. So 4 out of 10 countries in our regions have already AI strategic plan, or AI policies. So the syllabus, some of them are old, they cannot respond to the present. So we need to revise and review syllabus according to the skill set, the new skill set, as well as the different technologies that are emerging. New knowledge, new skills, new attitudes, and new values. If we take a look at the future of schooling, it's also changing. There are more learning markets, more application, almost like 1 million a day perhaps. And the future-oriented teaching and learning is here as well. We need more C's: critical thinking, communication, creativity, collaboration, character education, and citizenship. For ASEAN, we want ASEAN citizenship, that we love and respect each other regardless of which country you came from. And with the use of technology, we can make our learning irresistibly engaging if we use technology. However, I happen to interview the big techs in education. And technology will stay. They will continue to develop all of the applications and bring new courses right at your doorstep. Some of them for free. Moodle is free, Coursera is free, right? These are competing with also higher education students. So if I am a student who would like to have micro-credentials, I'll go to this platform, okay? So maybe in the future, micro-credentials will be emerging in many countries. What are micro-credentials? So if you see the skill set that we need in our region, I can take those courses in 2 weeks, 1 week. These are all short courses. And we call this as culminating courses leading to a digital badge. MIT used micro-credentials and let it be accepted and respected and recognized by the industries. So if you take some of the courses I have mentioned earlier, the skills, 4 of them, then you can have new sets of skills and you can be employed. So this is the age of disruption. So micro-credentials, if employers will recognize the short Coursera courses or the edX courses or your micro-credentials in Passage to ASEAN, the future may be you can create a course in this community, right? That's offered for free for all students in our region. We don't have yet that. So let's see how far we can go. So some of the micro-credentials are 8 to 12 credits in different specialized fields. So for example, in HRM, you may have new courses that are emerging, and you can offer that as a micro-credentials, or in IT, or in business management. But, AI again is here. All of these chatbots are here, and it's a matter of time that I will again come to you to say things have changed. Everything is changing fast. Well, during the pandemic, when I was senior director, I was just thinking that the world closed, right? No mobility. I called for everybody, like all those who are participating in C-Teacher and C-TVET, we will not have mobility. And I tried to call all the students who were out to come back home. Those in Vietnam were the last to come home. They don't want to come back. They're enjoying their life here. So they have to come back. But I realized, what about if I offer internship or mobility online? Okay, so that's a start. We can have tourism in virtual reality. I can go to Da Nang using VR, I can go to Singapore using all of this technology. The metaverse in education. So, right after that closure and lockdown, I think in the midst of that, we started developing the virtual mobility. So, things have changed. I was thinking, this is a big investment, but this is accessible, anytime, anywhere. No special equipment required. You can go online. More students can be engaged without traveling. Improve collaboration, but they're all virtual. So this is really good for mobility, as I said. Even the high school students, they can do virtual reality and augmented reality, right in their own homes. Learn how to dissect a frog and everything. So they also go to virtual field trips, perhaps going to some coliseum, or going to Da Nang, or going to the best places in ASEAN, just in their own homes. So it's just changing everything. And we say that, so with that virtual mobility, will it affect the internship and mobility after the pandemic? So before the pandemic, you have 12,000 students. At Simeo, we have smaller, 2,000, right? Because it's a 1 full month internship with credits. But this one, I'm thinking that with the virtual mobility that we have done online with 2,800 students, then this is inclusive. For those who will not be able to really participate, travel, have visa and everything, the virtual mobility is a place to be. Then we can have many students experience Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Cambodia, Singapore, right in their own homes. So we're saying that technology is here to help. Sometimes it's also dividing, but it's also helping. So models of international mobility, academic mobility, have already changed after the pandemic. And we still love. How many of you would like to travel? Oh, almost all. You want to go to Singapore tomorrow? Free ticket. Okay. You still want to have face-to-face, right? So, okay. But what about those who could not really afford? Then maybe we can be more inclusive using hybrid mobility for P2A. So some, almost 1% of the population can do mobility in ASEAN. What about the others? 90% could not afford it. It's expensive. And visa and traveling and hotels, accommodation, some of them are taxing. So we can see that internationalization can be at distance. The Philippines developed a policy, internationalization at home and internationalization abroad. So institutions can do internationalization without going out of their country at a distance. So sometimes, why are we doing mobility? Why are we going out of our country? Why do we have internationalization? Why do we need this? In some, the push factor is actually higher rating and ranking in QS, having 2 or 3 stars in the ranking. But we also think that it can be about inclusion. Or maybe you wanted more quality. I would like to send students to Singapore so that they will learn the newest trends in education, HRM, nursing, health-related profession. It can also be now, hybrid. Many countries have started hybrid. At Simeo, we started hybrid even in Tibet and in other courses. Home-based internationalization can be done. And this is exactly what P2A have been doing, and it's really working. Access by bringing the world into virtual online lecture like this and having it recorded and shown to all of the ASEAN member countries. It's more efficient, more effective, it's less costly that way. So the opportunities for the future, we want to develop more young people with better critical thinking skills, using new pedagogies, not your traditional ones, be engaged in different complex activities, have faster feedback using AI, ChatGPT perhaps, more learner engagement, and leveraging on technology. Let's use technology. So I think for the region, while I'm speaking, many of the countries still, they do not have access to what we are seeing today. You know, we started having smart classrooms, but we cannot cover everybody, every single classroom in ASEAN. So we need new policies, new governance model, better partnership perhaps, and invest on infrastructure and financing. But what is actually standing out is the need for us to shift our curriculum into the new skills and the new jobs for the future. After all, we're here for the future. So in order for us to transform mobility, let's have more or better policies, use hybrid virtual mobility for inclusion. But, however, it needs teachers who are capable of using ICT. Let's invest on our teachers for them to be able to bring them to hybrid virtual mobility. We need credit transfer scheme. You know, if the main problem with mobility, as I have seen it in different platforms like UMAP, University Mobility in Asia Pacific, whether it's ASEAN University Network, whether it's our CIMIO program, the problem is actually on credit transfer. Some students, they come back without credit, 0 credit. The others would get 3 units for having internship abroad. The others, they don't have anything but beautiful memories. New boyfriends, or whatever. Oh, it's okay, no credit units. So we need portability of credentials, that at the end of the day, you are able to carry all the insights I've gained from Indonesia. This is actually at least 1 credit unit for my elective subject. We need to address equity and relevance at the same time, you know, and to harness the global trends that's very, very fast evolving. Before I came here, I just arrived today, before this event, you know. I was like very sleepy. I opened the UNESCO conference on micro-credentials. We're talking about the future, the policies. We're struggling. We need policies on micro-credentials. And universities have already offered. We don't have policy, we don't have definition. And also for the lifelong learning framework, we don't have the framework. It's all happening faster than how the panels or what time can the technical panels meet or the experts can meet. So I have completed the trend reports, but I was whispering to Dr. Vivale, I still have 1 policy note left on mobility. So I have 3 trend reports done, and the last one is on mobility, drafted already and sent to ASEAN. I would like to add a special case of P2A in that final trend report. Yay! So, I'll share with you the final trend report I have submitted already, but that is really very important that P2A has been accredited by ASEAN, has been recognized. There's so many things happening. We could not catch up at the policy level, but definitely you are the trailblazers. Imagine 12 years ago, you already had this dream of ASEAN mobility. So, from the bottom of my heart, I salute all of you. Congratulations. And sorry for my disruptions, but this is really the time that we need to take a look at the fast-changing world. Congratulations, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Dr. Ethel. And may I please keep you on the stage, because now I'm inviting our panelists to join us on the stage for our panel discussion. So please welcome on the stage from Binus University, Ms. Debbie Sonita. From Atmajaya Catholic University of Indonesia, please welcome Ms. Joanna Harijanti. From Temasek Polytechnic, Singapore, please welcome Mr. Leslie Chan. From Rangsit University, Thailand, please welcome Dr. Supatana Nirupkanapon. From UPN veteran Yogyakarta, please welcome Dr. Broto Jojo. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome our distinguished panelists today. We have the privilege to have them here to share about student mobility at their respective university. I'll now invite each panelist to present, and after your 5-minute presentation, we'll start our discussion. Now I would like to introduce our first panelist, Ms. Debbie from BNUS University. Ms. Debbie is currently the Vice Rectorate, Collaboration and Global Engagement at the BNUS International Office, overseeing the implementation of international programs to support the internationalization strategy of BNUS. And today, Ms. Debbie will share her experience on the International Community Development Program.
Okay, thank
Over
you.
to you.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, our distinguished guests. It is very nice. Again, last time I was in Da Nang, I think it's 2018 for P2A ASEAN in 1. Now it's lovely to be here again, even though it's raining outside, yeah? Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I'm delighted to share our experience in 2022 and 2023, not only regarding the P2A journey and P2A journey on campus, but also we have an upgraded program at BNUS University. First of all, I'm Debbie. I'm managing the international office at BNUS University. The internationalization is now housed by the Vice Rectorate, Collaboration and Global Engagement. So it was last year when I met our students at the coffee shop and they talk about this Rocky Rooster chain, food chain. It's some kind like a fried chicken chain in Jakarta and Greater Jakarta. And they complain and they inform me that some of the chains are now closed due to the pandemic. So we check again before the pandemic and after the pandemic, and also last year 2022 when Indonesia hosted the G20 summit in Bali, with that brings the motto "Recover Together, Recover Stronger." So we discussed with the students what they think about the small, medium enterprises before and after pandemic. Because the students, as much as they want to go abroad to have experience through a student mobility, but they also crave marking their existence in the other people's hearts, in the other people's lives. They are interested to make their footprint in other lives. That's why we went with this idea, not only to support the UN SDG acceleration actions, but also to provide our students, our lecturers, other students, especially in the P2A network, with this opportunity, not only to experience the short mobility, but also experience the first-hand culture at in our country. And to start this, to kick off this International Community Development Program, we also invited our partners in our national consortium, which is called NONI. So we co-organized, we invited students from Indonesia and also from ASEAN to join us in this International Community Development Program. These are on the screen, you can see the generic schedule of the program. We ran already 3 programs this year, one in Jakarta, one in Bandung, and one in Bali, co-organized with our NUNI member, Universitas Udayana in Bali. And the next one we will run 2 more programs, one in Semarang and one in Malang, which will be run next week in Semarang and in Malang. And through this program, we have involved 62 ASEAN students and also 11 facilitators during the program. We always be amazed by the students how they can benefit anything from any programs that we organize. We expect them to just to have fun, but then they came up with this idea not only to create prototypes, how they can improve the life of the community that they visited, but they also keep connected with this community. So it really makes us happy that we are not only providing them the opportunity to apply the science, the knowledge, the experience that they get from the university or the institutions, but also to give the opportunity for the other people to improve their quality of life. What lessons that we learned, that the first one, successful international community development program, of course requires commitment and resources, because we all involve not only the stakeholders of the higher education institutions, but we also involve communities at the main stakeholder. And the second one, not all international students will fall into one type. Some of them are more interested in digital related stuff. Some of them just simply interested in the social activities. And then we should consider academic calendar and schedule. We now have 135 members of P2A, and many of us have a different calendar academic. So it is also one thing that we should consider when we organize this kind of program. Of course, budget-wise, consider transportation costs, as well as number of days and a variety of communities. More communities, more days, then require more budget, of course. And after the pandemic, we also need to consider safety and security during the program. Some of the small, medium enterprises closed down because of the pandemic, and the community suffered for this economic crash. So we have to come to the community to make sure that the security and safety of the students when they live in with the community is guaranteed. And the last one is NFA program requires a long-term commitment, because it's not only about like 1 week student mobility, where the students, okay, they have project, they showcase the project, and then bye-bye, with the memories like having new boyfriends or new girlfriends. But with communities, it requires more, a longer-term commitment, because even the communities ask us, what about the students from the Philippines? Are they okay? Do you still remember the students from the Vietnam, because we also had some students from the Vietnam for this program. I say, okay, when they are coming again to Indonesia. So it's not only one way connection or interaction, but it's two-way from the students and also from the community. So I would also like to seize this opportunity to invite all of the P2A members, if you're interested in joining hands with us, either organizing the program in Indonesia or in your country, please do contact me. And this is me and also the students for the last International Community Development Program in Bali, where we did having fun together with the communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie, for sharing the story from Binus University. And to welcome our second panelist, I would like to introduce Dr. Supatana Nirutkanabon from Rangsit University, Thailand. She is currently the director of the International Office. So over to you, Dr. Supatana.
Okay. Good morning, friends. I hope you don't mind, because we are friends. Right? Good morning. Good morning to all the panelists and executives and friends, of course, and students. I'm Supatana from Rangsit University, Thailand. And I'm going to share with you how we see the future of the student mobility in ASEAN, which actually in line with our distinguished keynote speaker. At Rangsit University, we would like to include each and every student to internationalization, international experience. So what we do is towards the P2A academic integration, which we would like to provide the international experience to all. So what we have done so far, within our partner, you may heard of the P2A Academic for a long time, where we have the course development at Rangsit University, and also our partner also have those kind of course, the whole course for P2A, to encourage them to travel and welcome the students. So we have two courses of those, RSG 242, 241, mobility, and at home, which is fine, perfect, running so well, giving a face-to-face, the on-site experience to all the students. And after this pandemic, of course, what is coming is the world is connected. We're connected, and with those technologies and everything we have, the disruption, so the technology is there, and we get familiar with it. And we come up with the rate one, P2A academic integration. But just a small reminder, each and every P2A we do in our community will still highlight on the three phases of the P2A framework, which is the knowledge, which are giving the students perceptions before journey, then experience, even it's on-site or virtual, to make them interact and learn from friends in ASEAN. And the final phase is understanding, which turns into respect to other people in different culture. So these three phases is still there in any platform of what we are doing. So why academic integration? There's quite many things up there. We start with the far right block. Those are the conventional way of doing internationalization in all institutions. And P2A journey, the mobility is there. We have done very well on that. But our challenge is that small circle of 10 to 15% only of the total population of the students on campus we have more than 28,000 students, and a few, only 10%, can be in that portion to be able to travel. So what we have been pushing toward in Rangsit University is how to accommodate the whole circle, the blue one. How each and every student of our students can be internationalized. And we found that, and I think all of you found that, if one student you send abroad for one semester, they came up with, wow, so good. That's the way we want to develop them. We want them to change, and that's the way. So we try to take that one semester abroad of interaction hours to be equivalent to, that's from the research actually, 600 hours of interaction. And we'll provide that interaction between Thai and non-Thai students, non-Thai people, within that 600 hours. So during the time that they're with us. So we believe that they will be developed to some level, even they're not there with the real journey, but they will have the experience and they will have the self-development to be ready for internationalization. So that's the concept. So how we put these 600 hours in? So we allocate some to the subjects. So it is not the whole subject now. It will be part of the subject. So it's a part of academic subject. We run it every semester, every year, so it means that we don't have to do new things every time. That's a lot of energy to initiate things to happen. But we'll continue improving the model with our partners, with the non-Thai or with the model we have. And of course, we highlight on interactions. So there is no meaning or no intention to change the media of teaching from Thai to English. No. A sense of professional content is still there. They can understand the professional content by the Thai language. But in parallel to that, we implement the interaction between Thai and non-Thai. And of course, non-Thai would be from you guys, from our friends, our good friends who face the same challenge, isn't it? Okay. So just one model that we have been working with our P2A friends, many universities, simply by picking up the same subject that we have in common, maybe fundamental subject. You run your course, but before running your course, you bring the faculty together, they design what kind of activities that will be related to that course, and then they design the project. And at the starting of the course, we bring in the students of the two parties together. And of course, virtual online is a good starting because we can reach everyone, right? And then we'll let them work. We'll let them work together, we'll group them together. They'll be mixed up. So then during the time of the semester, they will have time to interact. So that's where the interaction comes to this model. And then we'll have checkpoint. They will happily present their achievement during the final of the semester. So that's the achievement, and this is one of the model. So it's very easy to start, and we have started within many faculties. So at Rangsit, this is the framework. This is the framework we do. This is what we want. So students are with us 4 years. Every semester, they will have at least one of this kind of subject. So they will have interaction. You cannot just have one interaction in 4 years and then you can develop your students to be international readiness, right? You cannot. It has to be done regularly. So that's how we do. So every semester, one subject, and then all together we achieve the final result. We record it into the e-portfolio. And after they complete the 4-year with the hours of 600 hours, we issue the certificate to them. What have we achieved from the last year, actually? So more than 40 subjects that has been implement this model of academic integration with our partner, with friends with a non-Thai on campus as well. And our lecturer also have been developed. They developed themselves. They got more confidence to work with partner to speak English. So those are the numbers of the lecturers involved so far, 30. And the program, the number of the program, the students from the program, variety of the program, more than 60% of the program starting to implement this kind of model of academic integration. And what is important is that the students that complete this academic integration activities, the course, they gave us a feedback. 78% of them rate that they are ready for internationalization, so which is good. And important one is the ratio of the Thai and non-Thai, because we want to do the interaction. So interaction, you need a ratio. Okay, so this is the ratio of the non-Thai and the Thai and non-Thai. So 6 Thai with 1 non-Thai student. So that's quite good for the start of the first year. So from Rangsit University, of course, I know that we face the same challenge. So please accept my kind invitation to be the part of our academic integration for what? For sustainable partnership, collaboration, and partnership strengthen. There will be more activities to do together, and for sustainable staff and student development for internationalization, for their competency. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Supatana from Rangsit University. And for our third panelist, I would like to invite Dr. Brotot Jojo from UPN Veteran Yogyakarta. Dr. Brotot Jojo is now the head of Office of International Affairs of UPNVI. So over to you.
Okay, good morning everyone. I think it's an honor for me to stand here before you. So my name is Rukmawati Brotojoyo, so the last name would be difficult, so just call me Rukmo. So I am the head of Office of International Affairs, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Yogyakarta. It's long, so UPNVY would be easier. Okay, so I think we all already talked about internationalization, but I want to look back with the definition that UNESCO gave in the 2015. They talk about physical mobility. I think that after the pandemic, this definition would not be longer hold. We have to modify a bit, because they mentioned that without physical crossing of international border, they not considered as international mobility at that time. But after the pandemic, we know that we are forced to have international mobility into virtual way. So okay, oops. Now, the one that I would like to use the definition for the student mobility is the movement of students across the national boundary. So, to study on the limited time. So limited time, so we can use 1 semester or short semester, and then the purpose, whether it is to get a degree or not, and then it could be short or long-term program. So this is the one that we use for the student mobility. Okay. Wait a moment. Why is it coming? Okay. I just skip this one because we already know what happened now. So I just want to share what we do. Wait a moment. Sorry, it's just, okay. This is the one that we do and did in UPNVY. So we have credit transfer. So if we talk about the student mobility, it could be bearing credits or non-bearing credits. So we do both. For the credit transfer, we do the online courses. So we have partners that take courses at our university. It is online because it is easier and it is cheaper and it will involve more students. So we allow the student to take maximum 2 courses at our university, so they can still following their curriculum. And then for the short program, we have various activities. So the first one that I mentioned is that about the global competence and the future of work. So this is the collaboration between UPNVY, the University Malaya, Pan Pacific University, BINUS, Atmajaya, and we do it was online program during the pandemic, and start this year we have it hybrid, so some students coming and some that cannot come, they join the program online. And we have the fully program, the one that talking about SDGs, and then also we have the P2A together with TP and also with Dwi Chan, also talking about UN SDGs. And we have the in-person short course about tea, that this is related to agriculture, and then the one that international community service, that it's also in person. So, okay. So this is the challenges that we have. So we have to choose the appropriate platform, of course, whether it is online, in person, or hybrid. And with this type of program, we have to talk about the internet connection. If we want to have it online, as has been mentioned by the previous speakers also, and then we have to create interesting programs so the students like to join the program and they enjoy the program. It's not only for the academic purpose, but they need to have fun also when they study. And then we also consider the learning outcomes that we want the student to acquire when they join the program. And of course, we have to talk about the active engagement. So the student get the benefit with the interaction between the international participants, so they can develop their international skill awareness. And of course, financial affairs will be also become the one that we have to consider beside the okay, so this is the one that I mentioned. If we want to have the student having the hands-on training and also community service, of course, the in-person, in our opinion, would be needed, so they can face-to-face with the partners and also the community. And for those that online, there are some others subject, for example, IT, economic business, SDG, culture, we can do it fully online, but we can also combine using hybrid for those that require technical skill development and others. And of course, we have to choose the appropriate platform. And we have to consider, so this is what happens if we have connection problems, and this still happen in our program. And the students have to have fun. This is the one that the students do well. They do the international community outreach, but we take them to have visiting the sightseeing, so they could have a better engagement and having fun. And for the active engagement, it is also a challenge. So ice breaking in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end is still needed so they can keep communicating with all participants while they are learning. And we do the games, question and answers to keep them connecting each other. And at the end, we require them to have a reporting presentation. So this is the model that we use mostly in all our activities, whether it is credit bearing. So we require the lecturers also to have this sort of activities. And usually the students also required to have a presentation or doing a project related to the subject. Okay, and then for the learning outcomes, we have to make sure they understand the topic of discussion or the topic of the courses. They have social interaction, and then later on they can develop the networking, and they are still keep the networking after they finishing the program. So I just witnessed that the students that join the program, when I asked them whether they still connect with their friends, they still stay that they keep maintaining the interaction, and some others, like having a boyfriend or good girlfriend, okay, still continue. But I haven't invited to the wedding yet. Okay. So this is the financial affairs. So, okay, we know that we have limited budget. So to make all students be able to join the program, so we have to work on the budget so everyone could have access to that one. But on the university that hold the program, we also have to think about how we run the program with limited support from the university, and the payment also become the consideration, because if we use the international transfer, the bank will charge a fee quite a bit, and then we have to consider whether the student can pay directly, and then we have to make sure then again if the student already enrolled and then certain circumstances they cannot come, and then the host university already prepare things, then something like that we have to put into account as well. And we can do many ways to have a documentation and video, photo, screenshot, and it will complement the one. And for the marking sheet, it's also important, especially if we do the credit transfer. So if there are the students asking why we got this certain mark, so we have tracing. And sometimes the home university also required their student performance, so we keep tracking with the marking sheet. And what we learned so far is that we have to anticipate the technical problems, whether it is online, hybrid, and also even in person. So even with the hybrid programs, it has become a challenge because we use camera to try engage between the students in the class and those that join online. And we found that ice breaking is as important as the main content, because it keeps the student engaged with the participant, especially if it is hybrid and online. And we have to make a continuous improvement during the way we run the program, and especially if we want to have the program continuously, it's not only 1 year, but the year after we conduct that one. And this is what we think. Why does this activity still have to be continued? We know that students need to learn new knowledge and perspective. It's not only on the subject. Now it's a global world. They are needed to be connected. They need to make new friends and networking that will be able for them in the near future to develop their careers. And of course, it will also help them to improve the communication skill if they connect with their colleagues from different countries. So that's what from us. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
And for the fourth panelist, I would like to welcome Mr. Leslie Chan from Temasek Polytechnic, Singapore. He is currently the senior lecturer of the International Relations Center of Transcultural Studies at TP. So over to you, Leslie.
Thank you. Very good morning to you, all my friends from the P2A network. I think in order for me to go into student mobility, it's also very important to share with you what is Temasek Polytechnic's mission. And it is to prepare school leavers and working adults for a future of dynamic change with relevant knowledge, lifelong skills, character, and a thirst for continuous improvement. I think when we talk about student mobility, the most important pedagogies would be from Professor David Copes, and he talks about the theory of experiential learning. And that is where, in order for you to learn something, you have to do something. That is the best way of learning, is instead of just everything in the classroom, from the textbook. I would say that the key drivers of student mobility would be international and transnational networks. International and transnational networks. We have been talking about students going from country to country, but I think it is also just important for big countries such as Indonesia to have intra-networks. For example, a school in Medan going to another university in perhaps Surabaya. I would say also globalization is very, very important. That is what is driving us to be together, to have an international outlook, because business is global. Okay? Our students also need to have an international perspective. They need to get all kinds of views from everywhere, you know, and what better source than talking to people that they are meeting in another country, whereby they'll know what are the trends, they'll know the economic opportunities, because when they go there, we also want them to explore what's available, where can they perhaps work, and of course, about sustainable development. Well, for the challenges, we do have our academic calendars. You know, I think there is always some kind of a conflict. There's never a good time to organize an event. The other thing would be cost. To go somewhere, it will take time, it will take money. And of course, you have your airfare and accommodation. That's a big obstacle to many. But we can overcome that. And then there's also the return on investment, whereby the institution that's going to host is going to put in time and money. And of course, they are also thinking about what can I get back in return. The opportunities would be, you know, globalization. All of us are forced to go into this very gladly. And there's also the P2A network, whereby, you know, we as family and friends can very easily come together and work. And I would say the ASEAN classroom, which is something what Dr. Atul had said earlier on, whereby we can perhaps come together and share a classroom. Let me elaborate this on a little bit. We have this subject called Global Guided Learning. Sorry, it's called Guided Learning. And perhaps these students in Singapore can go to a country, in this case perhaps Thailand, because I once had a guided learning student that was learning about Thai language and culture. If only he could go to Thailand for a week or so and return and continue his online learning and engage with that student in Thailand. So that is what I mean by the ASEAN classroom, whereby student learning is no longer confined to one country. And of course, business opportunities, because students one day may work and even earn money from somewhere else. Okay. The best practice, I would say, would be trust, and what better place to be having networks here and engaging with each other so that we can build this trust so that we can more easily work together. We need dedicated staff. It's a lot of hard work, but you need someone with a passion to do this. And we also need the support from the other parts of the organization. For example, in Temasek Polytechnic, I have got to work with my other colleagues. For example, the School of Engineering or the department that takes care of our estates and facilities. We also would like advance notice. This is very important for us to do our planning. And we also like to offer unique experiences, whereby when you come to Singapore or you go to another country, you are going to experience something that is different. And hybrid student mobility, it is also important to perhaps engage virtually, meet, and continue later on with another virtual meeting. Okay? So there is a follow-through. Okay, I'm just going to give you some examples, some recent examples. Together with P2A, DTU and UPNVY and TP, we organized an event called the P2A Virtual Mobility in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And this was rather impressive. Over about 1 month, we had about 220 students from 22 institutes of higher learning. They all came together with different views, different backgrounds, but all dedicated and wanting to make the world a better place. What was also unique was we had external speakers, internal speakers, and we had this TikTok, whereby students love social media. We got them to make TikToks, and there was this competition, and we chose the most popular TikTok. So students also liked that. And in earlier TikTok, we even had one from HUST that had 200,000 views. Okay, so that's really, really amazing. Just imagine the number of people looking at how to make the world a better place. Okay, so this was that event. I would also like to share with you what we've done, not just with P2A, but for other schools as well. Over here, we had students coming from Japan, and this one, before they came, they had a virtual meeting. They met for 10 days in Singapore, and they're going to continue their engagement online, and it is our plan to see them again next year. Okay? So they come to Singapore, and when one person comes to Singapore, they meet like 30 people, as what General was saying. So not everyone can go, but when that person comes to Singapore, they can meet a lot of people. So that is where the multiplier effect is. Okay, so this is the group from Japan with some of our TP students. And then we have from UP and VY. Currently, we have 5 students with us in Singapore, and they are attached to 2 of our centers of excellence. And they're learning about AI and enabling technology. So they're doing an internship with us. Not only that, but also for weekends, we take them out to explore Singapore. So they not only get to know TP students in class, but they also get to know most TP students on the weekends. Okay, so here they are. And then I also have, so TP, not only do we welcome students from ASEAN into Singapore, but for TP students, we also go out overseas. And recently, we went to India, and some of the places that we did visit was a cyber city. We went to the Yakult factory. We went to Sea Clean Energy, and we went to an NGO, and we went to a school, the Masters Union School of Business. And that was where our students got inspired by their students, because these students there in India, they had startups. You know, they were already running a business, making money, and they're just like 19 years old. And we also had another group that came from UII into Singapore for 3 hours. So it doesn't have to be like for 10 days or 2 months or whatever it is, but it could even be for 3 hours. And we welcome that. You know, they came to see an exhibition that was in-house. They were briefed by our Innovation and Entrepreneurship Department, and they went to a TP Heritage Gallery. Okay, so I really feel that we offered something that was really unique to them. Okay, and this guy there in the orange, he was the one that volunteered, and he wanted to get to know the Indonesian students. You know? So it is these kind of people that, that make things easier for me, because he was also the host, but he also wanted to get to know students from Indonesia, a true future global citizen. Okay, so, all right. Innovative solutions. Okay, so there is international and intranational student mobility. There's the physical, virtual, and hybrid. And previously, before COVID, we had the physical. During COVID, we had virtual. And now we are having hybrid. Okay? And I would say hybrid is the best because there is a continuity. Academic subjects, I mentioned about guided learning. And guided learning is this subject whereby the student will perhaps learn about Thai language and Thai culture. Our TP student will be marked according to our rubrics. And perhaps if this student has a counterpart in Thailand, they could be marked according to their rubric. We also do have student development. It's not necessarily academic, but it could be student development. And just now I showed the slides about the Japanese. That was from the Japanese cultural group in Temasek Polytechnic. Competitions, we have the hackathon, we have the TikTok, and of course social media. Okay? And social media is how the relationship continues. The future of student mobility, I would say, would be the ASEAN classroom, whereby it would be envisioned. It's not just students from just one country, but perhaps in this classroom, we can meet physically and virtually. That will be indeed the ASEAN classroom. It's going to be self-directed. You know, with AI and ChatGPT, you know, students will be doing more of self-directed learning, peer-to-peer learning, because they learn best when they hear from each other and teach each other. As they are teaching, they are also learning. Experiential learning, competitions, and we also want them to have fun. Okay? Because once when you have fun, I think that's how the learning starts and how relationships begin. Okay. I would say that the future of student mobility is going to become the new normal. let's make it new normal. Right? However, there's still going to be a lot of hard work. You know, you need partnerships, and this is the best platform for us to get together to work it out. We have got to work also together with suppliers, because for TP, we also make use of suppliers such as travel agents. Okay? And when we do something, also at the back of our minds, we're thinking about, if I do this for you, will you also do this for me? Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Now I can talk. And last but not least, our fifth panelist, thank you for your kind patience, Joanna. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Joanna Hanchanti from Atmajaya Catholic University of Indonesia.
So, Cho Bong Sang, I hope that I pronounced correctly. Selamat siang, good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. I'm Joanna from Atmajaya Catholic University of Indonesia. I'm here on behalf of my head of international office. And he said he sent his best regards. And Atmajaya would like to share that higher education institutions are now once again placing a high premium on the current trend of globalization, particularly once the pandemic has passed and all activities can resume in person. And thank you, P2A. It is new for Atmajaya. Yes. So, Sir Adre could not come, so I bring her photo, his photo. Okay. I hope this discussion may offer policy recommendation to institutions looking to enhance the international services and determine the most effective joint program to conduct among P2A members. The outcomes are anticipated to expand the range of opportunity for students to take part in global learning initiative. We have high hopes that they will work closely with P2A in the future to build ASEAN. So I will skip this because Bu Rukma already mentioned, and also this. Okay, so the challenge. Student mobility has numerous advantages, but it can also have drawbacks, including the need to adapt to unfamiliar academic and social environments, language border, and financial limitation. Moving between institutions can make it challenging too, to maintain the sense of community and belongings. Given that no two pieces will ever the same, be exactly alike, choosing the right material, the right subjects can be difficult. At least faculty-to-faculty mobility activities are still possible with mutual discussion and consent from all sides. The majority of Indonesian institutions circumvent this by offering a number of optional courses with names like multicultural understanding or cross-cultural understanding to help students to take the subject from each university, host university, as long as they can assist students in participating in the event and receiving credits for such activities. The credit transfer issue first caused a lot of concern, especially given by our Ministry of Education policy. The credit transfer reserve can, however, be used to get around this, given the regularity and significance of students' movement. Okay. Measuring the impact of students' mobility. Survey, focus group discussion, and academic performance information are just a few of various ways to measure how much students' movement affect both individuals and organizations. Institutions can better understand the advantage and difficulties of student mobility and make educated judgment about promoting this significant trend by monitoring key measures, including graduation rates, employment outcomes, and student satisfaction. Additionally, this action may improve the standing of universities or relevant study program on a regional, national, and international level for the institution as a whole. Between collaborating institutions, there's needs to have a deeper discussion about this to the activities, so these activities truly give benefits for everyone. The strategy for supporting student mobility. Institutions can provide a range of resources and services such as pre-departure orientations, academic advice, language training, cultural programming, and financial aid to encourage students' mobility. The chance to network, the assistance of academic and staff, and the availability of peer mentoring and counseling are all advantages for students. So the key benefits of students' mobility. Students may gain from being mobile in variety of ways, including a greater job prospect, access to the new learning environment, and exposure to various culture and viewpoints. Additionally, it can support students in gain self-assurance, independence, and resilience. Yet another advantage for institutions that this activity may raise university ranking or study program ranking because of inbound and outbound students and faculty member. Mapping student mobility and credit transfer system. To ensure the actions which will be carried out with partners, is it vital to prepare this activity by mapping everything? At times, it's vital to come to a consensus that on the best course of action for all sides in order to accommodate everything. Again, thank you, P2A. By being a P2A member is quite beneficial for doing both academic and extracurricular activities with other members. Many of these efforts have evolved into sustained cooperation and you-to-you relationships. The credit transfer system is the same. There are undoubtedly other approaches to this. To determine the ideal approach for our students, we can discuss with our partners. Mapping and recording information to be submitted for accreditation. It is very important for us, institution in Indonesia. So making data gathering and activity recorded essential. Implementation report, Atmaja used it these last 2 years. A document generated by international office to be released on the website of Ministry of Education, call it Laporan Kerma. After being signed by all parties, and then we doing some activities, and we both signed the paper and submit it to Lapor Kerma portal. Okay, scholarship for student mobility. One of the frequent issues is about the cost. One possibility is for institutions to provide particular grant or scholarship to provide perhaps half or sometimes full subsidized or scholarship. Sharing from our partners, they hold mapping activities with partners in their institution, particularly routine ones, and then conduct an open registration with a selection process for exceptional students. These high selected students, they have scholarship to go to other partners. At our school, we give full scholarship by paying only the registration between the P2A members. Thank you again to P2A that have policy about the numbers for registration per $40 per person per day. So we international office budgeted this every year. We have 8 faculties, so we prepare maximum 20 students and 1 lecturer to go to our partners in P2A. So next, okay. ASEAN roadmap. Ibu Rukmo and Dr. Ethel already mentioned also about this. So Merdeka Belajar espoused transformative strategies that supported 4 priority aspects: dedication to fundamental education, encouragement of teaching abilities, commitment to particular group, and expedited and enhanced advancement via the use of technology. So the Merdeka Belajar and Campus Merdeka policy provide a win-win solution for learners and educational institutions that require teachers, while on the other hand, learners get full academic credit for their participation. The latest information about higher education policies in each P2A member needs to be shared also, so our activities can benefit for all. So this is our sharing for the past 2 years. We have regular event, P2A immersion offline, online activities, short course, and custom topics. The PIC for these programs held by Atmajaya International Office. I'm one of the team. And this is regular events. We run the Christmas around the world, online and offline. We plan to do it offline this year. We collaborate with the embassies and also our partners around the world. And then inbound professor or postdoc. We do it online, offline. The grant can help faculty to invite some professor or postdoctor to have activities with our students in Jakarta. And then sustainability talk series, we do it online and offline. And also ambassador talk series. And then immersion offline. We do it with our 8 faculties. We discuss specific topic with the faculty. And we also give cultural and language program in the program. And also sometimes one of our faculty wants to have community service with the local MSME. And then sometimes we also have competition, and we do it online and offline. For the P2A, last year we do it with FPT, and this year we do it with UTM and KMITL for economic business students. And then for law students, we have we go to UUM. And then for biotechnology student, we go with UTM. And for and also this. Oh, okay. This one. Oh, short courses. We do it last August. We do it Indonesian jamu and also beauty, food, and cosmeticals going beyond skincare. We do it with our partner from Taylor's University. And also Indonesian for language speakers, BIPA. But I'm sorry to inform you that for language courses, we only could make it offline. Okay, for custom topics, the activity with partners, we have social enterprise challenge in the Indo-Pacific twice a year, on January and on July. And then global immersion guarantee with Monash University. We will do it next month. Also routine program with Achichis, internship in our industry partners. And then P2A joint immersion offline. Today at 1 p.m. with Assumption College of Davao, but about Laudato Si goals, but postponed because of the weather forecast of rain and thunderstorm in the city. I'm very sorry to hear about it. So I'm sorry, due to some technical program, I cannot play the testimony. I will give you. And also online, this one, online competition we have with Adamson University from Manila. And okay, I think I'll mention all. So thank you. Please do not hesitate to contact me for further information.
Thank you
Come
so
on.
much. Thank you so much, Ms. Joanna. I know we're running late for lunchtime, and I don't want to keep everyone hungry. So I'll just pose 2 questions for Dr. Ethel and our panelists today to answer. So Dr. Ethel, you've touched on the technology revolution and all the virtual mobility and virtual programs. So for those programs, what efforts do you think that higher education can make to help students have stronger sense of belonging and community despite the physical distance from campus and the international peers?
Thank you very much. I thought I will ask them questions, but I have the question, right? So technology is here and it will stay. So I think UNESCO gave us a study on technology in Southeast Asia, and it will be launched very soon. And that in the insights that we have gained, understanding the whole of countries in that study on technology in Southeast Asia, we learned a lot of digital divides, we learned a lot about inclusion, we learned about the power of technology in bringing everybody together and ensuring that, you know, we will be connected as a region. But the main lesson there is that we can use technology on our terms, on the context of ASEAN, on what it gives us a benefit to each and every country, because we are not actually the same. Like, you know, very far advanced is Singapore, but in terms of ASEAN digital economy, Vietnam is leading. And the changes, the policymaker, the champion of technology is Indonesia. The minister himself is also a champion of internationalization, of people-to-people contact. And there are a lot of things that he has already established, like using technology to have more mobility. He called all the international organizations to come together and to help Indonesia actually, you know, have more students going overseas and also be connected by technology. Using a free tool for everybody, the ICE, Indonesian Cyber Education Program. These are the many best case studies that we have highlighted, that technology can be a great tool for connecting, but if not taken care of, it can also, you know, leave some people behind, and that is what we don't want to do. So we use technology in internationalization so that more and more students will benefit, and we will reach our goal that, you know, we will be an integrated community of nations through this power of technology and power of connection, face to face.
Thank you. And our panelists, do you have any input to that question? That in this AI era, what efforts can we make for those virtual mobility program so students have a stronger sense of the community despite the distance with the international peers? How about you, Dr. Rockmore?
Thank you for the questions. I think Dr. Ethel already mentioned extensively during her speech that with AI, with virtual reality and AR, the students could experience while they are doing the online mobility. I think it will help a lot to help the student understand, and also with the development of technology, so they could sort of like having a hands-on experience, although I'm aware that it's not completely replace the hands-on experience. The student needs, at some point, they still need to have these skills, hands-on skill, but the AI will help them make it easier. and it will reduce costs at some point when the program is already developed. But to create the program itself, to make it become accessible, and then it become a good virtual reality, so the student can look at as it is, then it will have a cost, of course. So it is a challenge also for the lecturers, that the students, because they are Z generation, they have more advanced in using the technology than the previous generation. So this gap will be a challenge for us to improve ourselves so that we can catch up with the new generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rockmore. Yeah, Dr. Supatana.
Yes, maybe I can add a little bit. I agree with both of you, actually. But looking from the students' perspective, so of course their lifestyle and the world has changed, we accept that. So that anytime, anywhere that you mentioned is that's the students' wants. The students, like, maybe their life is at night, so they can use this technology to connect. And also, it brings the world closer, actually, and flexible. And it gives opportunities for everyone to be reached out and connected. But importantly is AI is a tool, of course. AI is a tool. The more it is advanced, it gives more realities, more experience to the user. But important is the design of the program, the learning outcome of what we're going to give to the students. And I believe that the bridging and integrating the technology or the online things together with some experience of on-site, that would be perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, we've heard the stories and the experiences from the 5 universities on the stage. So what is the lesson can be learned from the student mobility program at your respective university that you think can be applied to other student mobility initiatives across ASEAN to ensure their effectiveness and sustainability? So, Leslie?
I think from what we have learned, we need to have an engagement before the students meet. And what we need is the hybrid exchange. So the students need to get together virtually, and that is how they break some bonds, break some barriers. There's a warm-up. And then they'll meet physically, maybe for 2 days or maybe for 10 days, whatever it is. And from after that, they continue with the virtual meeting again. And hopefully, they continue to be as friends through the social media. I think that's very important for this continuity.
Thank you, Leslie. How about you, Anna?
Thank you. From my point of view, the students looking for credit. So I think it's better we do it with the faculty, or perhaps we could do it 1 semester, or compress the material into perhaps 2 or 3 weeks. To accommodate the 1 semester subjects. We could do it hybrid, as you say, but I prefer project-based activities. So after these offline meetings, the students could present the best of them. Perhaps if we could do it at the final, perhaps 1 week in Indonesia, so the best of the best will go to Indonesia and present the presentation, their Perhaps not, could not on behalf of other participants, but at least the best group could come and do the activity with the host university. Thank you.
Yes, and how about you, Ms. Debbie?
Well, one thing that we learn, I think it's the old trick actually, never stop listening to the students because they never fail to amaze us. So we get these whole ideas from the students. When the pandemic struck, they asked us during a coffee shop talk, Miss, what happened with the tourism industry? We couldn't go out, we cannot visit other countries. What happened with the industry, tourism industry? So we came up with this virtual mobility in tourism industry. And then with this international community development program, they asked us, what happened with these small, medium enterprises? How can they survive? How can we help? That's why we came up with this international community development program. And I'm delighted to share with you that next year, we will include this ICDP program into our P2A journey and P2A journey on campus. Because the students, the AI, the technology, they are more advanced than us. They are more capable of using this smartphone than me. I don't even have social media. So that's the very important thing that we always keep in mind. Never stop listening to the students because they know the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie. And I'll keep my promise, so only 2 questions today. So Dr. Ethe and our esteemed panelists, thank you very much for spending time with us today and have valuable input in the student mobility program for P2A. And ladies and gentlemen, I know we're all a bit tired, but our DTU faculty is very eager to perform for you the very last performance before we move to the 11th floor for lunch today. So now please enjoy our performance of the One Route Vietnam song. Thank you very much.
Ai đã ghim vào những thân tre bao ký ức xót xa hơi mẹ. Ai đã ru ngụ những dòng sông cùng em ai chạy về hướng đông. Còn đã vẽ hình hài quê hương qua những khúc hát ru của mẹ. Còn bao nhiêu lời dù con vẫn chưa được nghe. Việt Nam quê hương ta đẹp lắm, mặc lửa khói xây xeo tháng năm. Người Việt Nam sẽ đâu mắt đen, thao thơm mất quất như cành sen. Việt Nam ơi quê hương ta ơi, biển lúa chinh vàng thơm ngát trời. Vọng tiếng ai họ vì nhớ con đò ơi. Dậy với con nào, dạo với con nào, dạo khắp con phòng Việt Nam. Nhìn non sông trời vang đất phố, cùng với con nào dạo Việt Nam ơi quê hương ta ơi, biển lúa chim vàng thơm ngát trời, vọng tiếng ai hò vì nhớ con đò ơi. Dậy với tôi nào, dạo với tôi nào, dạo khắp một vòng Việt Nam, nhìn non sông trời vang đất phố. Cùng với tôi nào, dạo với tôi nào, dạo khắp một vòng Việt Nam. Come with me, we'll travel around Việt Nam. Dậy với tôi nào, dạo với tôi nào, dạo khắp một vòng Việt Nam. Nhìn non sông trời vang đất phố. Cùng với tôi nào, dạo với tôi nào, dạo khắp một vòng Việt Nam. Come with me, we'll travel around Việt Nam. Dậy với tôi nào, dạo với tôi nào, dạo khắp một vòng Việt Nam. Nhìn non sông trời vang đất phố. Cùng với tôi nào, dạo với tôi nào, dạo khắp một vòng Việt Nam. Come with me, we'll travel around Việt Nam. Come with me, we'll travel around Việt Nam. Come with me, we'll travel around Việt Nam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony and the symposium of the P2A Association this morning comes to an end. Thank you so very much for joining us, and we warmly invite you to have lunch. It will be served on the 11th floor. Thank you so very much.